the
Wait,
test
wait.
was,
No, no, no.
hey, yeah,
Yeah, we are live. So it's
it
Matthew
is.
Fowler Scrum. It's Matthew, Sam, and me. And Matthew was talking, so you have
Yeah.
the word.
Today's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday for some reason, but anyways. Um, so yeah, the test was first of all, they have you do the test at your house. So it's like, and they gave me like almost 48 hours to finish it. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, it wasn't. I mean, like I don't know. Anyways, so the logic test was like I was doing it and I was like, man, this is like some of the questions. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man! Like this is so easy, man. Or harder, like really?
Okay,
Like
that's nice. I mean,
Jim has 98 balloons in 7 different colors. He has the same amount of balloons per color. How many red balloons does he have? I'm like, come on, man! Like really?
okay.
A question, like seriously. All right, cool, man. Like whatever. I'm not gonna complain. So then I finished the logic test, and there was a couple that were a little bit challenging, but like the majority of them were like that, like. And then I even started taking like screenshots of them because I'm like, this can't be serious, man. Like I gotta show this to some friends, like this is funny. And then I finish, I send it, and then it's like a Google Docs thing, and then it's like view accuracy. So then I click on view accuracy, and it goes to this page where it doesn't like actually, it's not clear which ones are incorrect and which ones are correct, and it doesn't have a score or anything, but there's like a red asterisk next to the first half of the questions, the first 10 questions, and the second 10 questions don't have a red asterisk. And I'm like,
Okay.
I mean, I came to the conclusion that the red asterisk means that I got it wrong, which like normally a red asterisk is like a
Maybe the
required
red is
field.
like warning or
Yeah. But then I started looking at the questions. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way.
maybe there wasn't a wrong or correct answer. Maybe they had different ways to evaluate what you have answered.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't know but then I started getting stressed out because I'm like, there's no way. Like like, come on, like there's no way. Like one of the questions, like, so then I took a picture, I took a screenshot of all of them, but then like one of the questions, like, there's 3 people that all worked, they worked this amount of hours, they got paid $2,400. Like, how much did they get paid? These 2 people get paid, and I was going through, and it's like, there's no way. It's like simple arithmetic, you just have to divide by, you know, divide by the amount of hours to find out how many hours they got paid each, and then times that by the amount of hours the people who worked respectively. Like, there's no way I got this wrong. There's no way. And then I like get all stressed out. I was like, and then I'm like, well, maybe I'm jumping to a conclusion. Like, I don't know for sure that this red asterisk means something. And like normally it means required fee. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna move on. So then I did the programming test, which was all about like C# um and then like some stuff about HTML and stuff. But some of the stuff that like the right answer was like they had like, I don't know if it was a product of Google Docs, but it was like some things were like capitalized. So they're like, how do you change the background color in HTML? And but then I had like a capital B, and I'm like, for body, and I'm like, well, it wouldn't be a capital B, would it? Like, there's no capital letters on tags in HTML, but like there's only that answer. So like, anyway, so I was thinking of offering to refactor their test for them, and also maybe getting a hold of Google and seeing if they have maybe I uncovered a bug in the auto grader or something.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I ended up working on, so just to complete my Scrum, I sent that after I went through and double checked, because like I was just learning about C# yesterday, which is cool. I didn't realize it was I guess I didn't realize anything about C#, but I didn't realize it was an object oriented programming language. And yeah, then I worked on website one, I guess, is the other big thing I did yesterday, which got some sort of functionality working for the sorting or filtering, which hopefully is not all wrong and it has to be redone. And then yeah, that's pretty much it that I did yesterday. And blockers, I wouldn't say any blockers. I'm curious to no blockers.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.
Sam?
Hi there. Yeah, we're getting kind of strong echo from me. I don't know if anybody else can hear that. I'm just going to reload because. Well,
Okay. I want to mute.
No, I'm not hearing anything.
Sam is reloading.
Yes. 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, there we go. Still getting kind of a. Can no one else hear the echo apart from me?
I can hear the echo.
I
I wonder, Matt, could you mute yourself briefly, or just reload the Hangout? It's sometimes all it takes to kill the echo. Yeah, there we go. And my Bluetooth, Bluetooth is so annoying. It kind of like got these Bluetooth keyboards, and but I just like went somewhere. So updates from me. Just had the local support client meeting, and finally managed to show stuff to the client that we had been blocked with previously because the migrations hadn't run, and so I was trying to show them stuff that didn't work. So yeah, we've got a whole load of stuff ticked off from the pivotal tracker there, and new things put into the backlog, and that was quite productive. So also managed to have a trustee meeting and sort some more things out about the accounts. I was in NHS land yesterday afternoon and managed to get the NHS people to have their laptops with them, and so we got, I worked through train one person, on using the wiki, got a load of good feedback on it, got them creating a new page. Yes, and so I've got one more meeting tomorrow, although I'm just checking whether I actually need to be there. My big focus now, I think, it's really to try and get these updates to the homepages out, and I'm making some good progress there. There are no new blocks that I haven't mentioned already. I guess I'll leave it there. So coming out, we potentially got the Elixir mob, although I think sensibly I should be focused on this NHS sprint rather than the Elixir mob. I don't know if anybody wants to is so Elixir frenzied that they want to take the initiative on that. Maybe they will. That's me.
Okay, nice. Thank you. And me, I haven't done much progress regarding the two things that I have to do. One is the pull request regarding, that is related to Mercury, and the other one is the fix for the projects and the association with source repositories. So, but now I a little bit more organized, even though I have a lot of work. I will try to have a pull request for this weekend. That it's I'm gonna be here at home, so I will try to have something for review this weekend.
Great,
nice, and I think that is our Scrum.
Yeah.
So in our after Scrum, as always.
Sam, I was anticipating that you were gonna maybe not start the Elixir mob because of your week with NHS, and I was talking briefly with Federico yesterday about that and seeing if we were gonna mob. And I think he's still getting his computer set up, so I'll have to go back and check. But we might have talked about rescheduling it for later in the week. I'll have to check. I mean, I'm okay to start it and see if anyone joins, and then if someone joins, we can. I think the Championer one, I'm not sure what to work on, and even the Paranauts, I'm not sure either. Like, we got to a point where we were getting the same issue in the
Chrome driver. Yeah, we actually got Chrome driver working, didn't we? And it came back to being the same basic underlying error. But I think what we have got is, I think we got Chrome driver like passing locally on both your machine and my machine. I think it was also on your machine. But that's certainly a step forward. Yeah, there's a separate CI thing, and I guess actually the Circle CI people were at their suggestions actually worked. So I mean, the next step could be like trying to drill, like lean more on Circle CI, like okay, now why are these errors happening? I mean, it starts to, yeah, it's still a reasonable question to ask them. They might have something interesting to say about that. That would probably be the next.
Yeah, it feels like a timing issue, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that one imagines that that's the case. Although I've been misdirected by that in the past, thinking something is timing at the JavaScript level, and then it's actually something lower down. Yeah,
because it seems like when we're even just opening Paranauts and like navigating to and from the pages, it seems like in comparison to other things that I've tested before using like headless browsers or using JavaScript, like it seems like it takes quite a bit longer for it to actually. But maybe that's just my impression.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's one of those things that you like need to get it down there under the microscope, and then that usually takes like an hour or two to work out what's going on. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but
maybe even a whole week.
Sorry, second.
Or maybe even a whole week.
Well, indeed, as we, we'll hopefully. I'm looking forward to, when I come back after my break, doing lots of sprints on different things to kind of resolve some of these issues that are tricky to get through in an hour or two. Yes, I'm just. I guess we've got like we've been put off many times, but yes, we'll also have later today in about 4 hours from now, like a NHS team meeting where I'll be like updating on all of the latest stuff that I'm getting from that project. Yeah, I mean the other thing. Yeah, I mean I'm now. I guess I'm thinking in retrospect, like. I think, Matt, you were excited about getting involved in the NHS thing this week. And then it just turned out that like from first thing on Monday morning, I had this like block of meetings at NHS thing where I've got like, I'm just connecting on my phone and it's difficult to get anybody else involved.
Did you see
say again?
Sorry. Did you see the message I sent to the NHS?
I did. But what I was going to say is that like now, potentially for the rest of the week, I'm just working on whether I will have another small meeting tomorrow morning. But now for the next, like the way yours and my day overlap, right? Like basically it's after the Martin Fowler Scrum. But today after the Martin Fowler Scrum, tomorrow after the Martin Fowler Scrum, and on Friday after the Martin Fowler Scrum, I'm pretty much, that's all blocked, and I'm kind of like actually here in my office and able to do a hangout and so on. So I'm going to be working on that. So if you want to actually get involved, now is that's an opportunity. Yeah, and I did see what you put in the thing there. We have done a lot of work already on Dockerifying, and it's kind of a complex setup. And so we come up here with now what's the best way to, for example, someone like yourself coming to the project, what's the best way to help you understand all the things that we've done already and where it is that we're stuck? I think that the interesting thing is that there's a sort of pattern here that I see in a lot of projects of about you. I was saying this to my friend Paolo the other day, where you realize, yes, if we could just have these things working, and it might be, let's say, CI. Or if we can just have this DevOps pipeline streamlined, you can sort of say, yes, suddenly things would be much easier for us going forward. And, we'd save, a couple of hours a week on stuff that we're mucking around with. But then the actual process of setting up that new streamlined thing, whatever it is, ends up being like a massive time sink. Do you know what I mean? And you have these repeated questions of these judgment calls, like how much longer do we devote time into this thing? The specific example with NHS Wiki is that at the moment, the whole system gets deployed as a kind of one-off thing. You create, you use a template from Bitnami, and it creates a media wiki on Azure. And then to get all of the extra features that we need for our system, like the moderation package and visual editor and so on, there's like a whole series of steps that you have to do on top of that manually, just to get it working, sort of create a new version of the system. We've got our production and staging servers. The challenge that we have is, for example, we want to upgrade the media wiki. We want to, like get new bug capture things in there. There's all sorts of reasons we need to upgrade it to the latest media wiki. Bitnami says, just make a new box, which we can do. But again, it requires all that manual configuration. And so we've been talking about, oh yes, if we had a Docker system and we could deploy, if we had a Docker script or Docker file or what have you that deployed the entire thing and could just do that reliably, clearly that would be wonderful, because it would mean every time that we needed to upgrade MediaWiki, we could just do it at the push of a button. But the problem is we've managed to successfully use Docker to deploy MediaWiki, but then what's the precise road going forward from there to add in all of the other things that are currently put on manually to make them Dockerized? So I can feel like I could spend the next 2.5 days exclusively on that, and maybe by the end of those 2.5 days we get to the point where we actually had that nice streamlined DevOps flow, but I wouldn't have delivered on any of the kind of front end stuff that the client can actually see. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of conflicted between that, and I'm what I'm thinking. I mean, if you want to do some stuff with me, going forward now, Matt, in the next few hours or tomorrow, what have you, I would be tempted to be looking at the front end stuff together, where we can have a more immediate impact, or at least I want to spend a day and a half making sure I've got stuff to show the client, and then on Friday maybe switch back around to looking at the Docker thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a bit of a long explanation there, but it's
no, it makes sense. I mean, you need to deliver to the client the features that they have asked regarding the architecture that it needs to be implemented in order to improve the flow.
Yeah, and so it means often in many projects you find yourself having to repeat manual stuff that you would like to see automated but can't yet get automated. And it's I think the more you spend in these projects, the more you'll see that pattern repeating itself. I managed to get access to the domain management for that. So I do have one blocker, is that I managed to get access to the domain management for the harrowcn.org.uk to test out moving our local support onto Azure Docker, which I've done, but for some reason I can't get the DNS stuff set up for a thing. So sorry, it's an extra block. Is another one that needs sitting down with and taking apart. And do I need to go and do a course on DNS or something? Anyway, there we go. I guess I'll stop there. Yeah, anything else that we should sort out right now before I have my bagel? Bagel time.
No. You, Matthew?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I will stop the broadcast then. Stopping.